Hello students, in this video we are going to discussing about the topic complex numbers. Students, from this chapter we can expect one question in JEE. So let us start with the first topic, complex number in iota form. So let me define what is a complex number. A number of the form x plus iy, x plus iy is called a complex number. A number of the form x plus iy is called a complex number. So what is the x and what is the y and what is the I? So first of all let me explain what is the x and y here. So what is the x and y now? X and y are belongs to R. So what is the meaning of R? Real numbers, where x and y are real numbers, and I is called iota. What is I here now? Iota, and its value is root of minus 1, So generally complex numbers are denoted by Z. So Z is equal to, we can write x plus iy. So what is the x and y here now? X and y are belongs to real numbers, and I is the iota, and its value is root over minus 1. So what is a complex number? A number of the form x plus iy. A number of the form x plus iy is called a complex number. Hope the definition of complex number is very clear. Then let me explain more clearly about the iota. So what is the I here? I is equal to root over minus 1. Suppose if you want to find the value of iota square. So how we can get the value of iota square? Now just take the squaring on both sides. I is equal to root over minus 1. No. Squaring on both sides now we can get I square is equal to minus 1. Suppose if you want to find the value of iota cube, we can also write iota square into iota. Iota square value is minus 1 into iota, we got minus I. Similarly, if you want to find the value of I power 4, we can also write iota square whole square, which is equal to minus 1 whole square, then which is equal to, we got 1. Then suppose if you want to find the value of I power 5, similarly we can find I power 5, I power 6. So I power any number we can find. So I power 5, which is equal to, we can take I power 4 into iota. I power 4 value is 1 into iota is equal to iota. Then similarly iota power 6, which is, we can also write iota square whole power 3. Iota square value is minus 1. Minus 1 whole power 3 is equal to minus 1 only. Then iota power 7. What is the value of iota power 7? Which is, we can write iota power 6 into iota. Iota power 6 value is minus 1. Minus 1 into iota, minus iota. Then iota power 8, which is, we can also write iota square whole power 4. Iota square value is minus 1 whole power 4, which is equal to, we got positive 1. Students, remember one thing here. See here, I power 1, which is equal to what? Iota. Then iota power 2 value minus 1, and iota power 3 value minus iota. Iota power 4 value, we got positive 1. Then similarly iota power 5, we got iota power 6 minus 1, iota power 7 minus iota, and iota power 8 value is also equal to 1. Again same 4 values only keep on repeating. So you can see here for I power 1 we got I power 2 minus 1, I power 3 minus I, and I power 4 we got 1. Similarly for I power 5, I power 6, I power 7, and I power 8. Again same 4 values repeated. I mean I power 1, I power 5, and then I power 9. All these values are equal to iota. So I power 1 is equal to I, and I square is equal to minus 1, I cube is equal to minus iota, I power 4 is equal to 1. Similarly, I power 5, which is also equal to iota, then I power 6, which is equal to minus 1, then I power 7, which is equal to minus iota, then I power 8, which is equal to 1, Similarly, if you want to find the value of I power 9, again I power 9, I power 10, I power 11, I power 12, again we can get same values, keep on repeating. I mean I power 9 is equal to, again we can get iota, I power 10 is equal to, we got minus 1, and I power 11 is equal to, we got minus iota, and I power 12 is equal to, we can get 1. Suppose if you want to add first 4 numbers, I mean I power 1 plus I power 2 plus I power 3 plus I power 4. So if you can add all these 4, so what we can get here now, I power 1 value I only, I square value minus 1, and I cube value is minus iota, I power 4 value is 1. So if we can add everything, so what we can get here, 0. So 0 is the answer. So from this what we can conclude now, sum of the any 4 consecutive powers of iota is always equal to 0. Sum of the any 4 consecutive powers of iota is always equal to 0. Students, the concept of iota is very clear. So let me discuss some more problems here. So let me find some more values. Suppose I want to find iota power 500. So iota power 500 we can also write iota square whole power 250. What is the value of iota square? Minus 1. So minus 1 whole power 250 is equal to, we got 1 only. Suppose I want to find the value of iota power 501. So this one we can also write iota power 500 into iota. So iota power 500 value is 1 into iota is equal to iota. Similarly, I want to find the value of iota power 257. So how we can find this value now? Which is, we can write iota power 256 into iota. So iota power 256, further we can write iota square whole power 128 into iota. So which is equal to iota square value is minus 1 whole power 128 into iota, which is equal to, we got iota, So what is the value of iota power 257? Iota power 257 is equal to iota. Students, the concept of iota is very clear. Then let me find what about the reciprocal of iota? 1 by iota. So 1 by iota na how we can find na? Just multiply with I, divide with I. So which is, we can write iota divided by iota square. So iota divided by iota square value is minus 1, which is equal to what we can get? Minus iota. So what is the reciprocal of the iota na? Which is equal to minus iota. Then what is the equality principle of complex numbers? Equality principle of complex number. Suppose I will take, let Z1 is equal to Z2. These are the any two complex numbers. So Z1 na, maybe I will take x1 plus iy1, and Z2 is the x2 plus iy2. Z1 means maybe I can take x1 plus iy1, and what is the Z2 na? X2 plus iy2. So if any two complex numbers are equal, now then see here, where x1 is called real part of the Z1 and y1 is called imaginary part of the Z1. What is the x1 here now? Where x1 is the real part of the Z1 and y1 is the imaginary part of the Z1. Similarly, right side x2. What is the x2 here now? Real part of the Z2 and Y2 is the imaginary part of the Z2. X2 is the real part of the Z2 and Y2 is the imaginary part of the Z2. Imaginary part of the Z2. Suppose Z is equal to X plus iota Y. This is any complex number now, where X is called real part of the Z. RE of Z means what? Real part of the Z. And what is the Y here? Imaginary part of the Z, which means IM of Z. Imaginary part of the Z. X is the real part and Y is the imaginary part. Suppose here I am equating these two complex numbers. So when we can equate two complex numbers, then real part is equal to real part and imaginary part we can equate to imaginary part. So this is called equality principle of complex numbers. Equality principle of complex numbers. So when two complex numbers are equal, then we can equate real part to real part and imaginary part to imaginary part. So left side what is the real part here? X1 and right side what is the real part? X2. So we can equate X1 is equal to X2. Similarly, left side what is the imaginary part? Y1. Right side what is the imaginary part? Y2. So Y1 is equal to Y2. Y1 is equal to Y2. So this is called equality principle of complex numbers. Equality principle of complex numbers. See here, Z is equal to X plus iota Y. No. So what I told you here, X is the real part of the Z and Y is the imaginary part of the Z. Suppose if Z is purely real, Z is purely real, then what about the imaginary part? What about the imaginary part? If Z is purely real, then imaginary part of the Z is equal to 0. That is Y is equal to 0. So what is the imaginary part? Y. So Y is equal to 0. If Z is purely real, then imaginary part of the complex number is equal to 0. Similarly, if Z is purely imaginary, then real part of the Z equal to 0. Real part of the Z is equal to 0, which means what? That is X is equal to 0. If Z is purely real, imaginary part of the Z equal to 0. If Z is purely imaginary, then real part of the Z is equal to 0. Real part of the Z is equal to 0. Hope this concept is very clear. Then let me explain properties of algebraic operations. See here, first property, let Z1 is equal to X1 plus iota Y1 and Z2 is equal to X plus iota Y2 or any two complex numbers. Then how to add the two complex numbers now? So Z1 plus Z2 is equal to, this one we can also write X1 plus X2 plus iota into Y1 plus Y2. Students, we remember one thing here, always when we are adding or subtracting any complex numbers, or else if we can multiply or else divide any two complex numbers, so always we can separate the real parts and imaginary parts. See here, Z1 is equal to X1 plus iota Y1 and Z2 is equal to X2 plus iota Y2. So if we can add these two complex numbers, so what is the real part in the first complex number? X1, and what is the real part in the second complex number? X2. So we can able to add real part with real part and imaginary part with imaginary part only. Similarly, if we can able to subtract real part with real part and imaginary part with imaginary part only, so always we can write the any complex number any complex number in complex form. What is a complex form here? I mean x plus iota y form, x plus iota y form. So if we can add these two complex numbers, what we can get here? z1 plus z2 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus iota into y1 plus y2, y1 plus y2. Similarly, if we can subtract these two complex numbers, z1 minus z2, so what we can get here now? x1 minus x2 plus iota into y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2 plus iota into y1 minus y2. For example, z1 is equal to 5 plus 6 iota and z2 is equal to minus 1 minus 3 iota, minus 1 minus 3 iota. So I want to find z1 plus z2. I want to add these two complex numbers. So how we can add? 5 plus 6i minus 1 minus 3i. Here what is the real part? 5 and 1. What is the imaginary part? 6 and 3. So we can able to add or subtract real part with the real part and imaginary part with the imaginary part only. So 5 minus 1 is equal to, we got 4, and 6 iota minus 3 iota we can get plus 3 iota, plus 3 iota. So the answer is 4 plus 3 iota, 4 plus 3 iota. Similarly, if you want to find z1 minus z2, z1 minus z2, so 5 plus 6i, 5 plus 6i, then minus of z2. What is the z2? Minus 1 plus 3 iota, which is further we can also write 5 plus 6i plus 1 minus 3i, which is further we can write 6 plus 3i, 6 plus 3i, 6 plus 3i. So if we can add these two complex numbers, we got 4 plus 3 iota. If we can subtract these two complex numbers, we got 6 plus 3 iota, 6 plus 3 iota. Then see how we can multiply the complex numbers. z1 into z2. So when we are multiplying the complex numbers, we can able to multiply real part with real part and real part with imaginary part also. See here, z1 is equal to x1 plus iota y1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus iota y2. So if you can multiply these two complex numbers, what we can get here now? x1 into x2 minus y1 into y2 plus iota into x1 y2 plus x2 y1. For example, I want to multiply these two complex numbers. z1 is equal to 5 plus 6 iota and z2 is equal to minus 1 minus 3 iota. No, so I will multiply these two, z1 into z2. So z1 is 5 plus 6 iota and z2 is minus 1 minus 3 iota. So we can multiply these two numbers with 5. We can get minus 5 minus 15 iota, then minus 6 iota plus 9 iota square. So iota square value minus 1, minus 1. So minus 5 minus 9, we got minus 14, then minus 21 times of iota. So minus 14 minus 21 times of iota. So if we can multiply these two complex numbers, so what we can get? z1 and z2 now, minus 14 minus 21 times of iota, minus 21 times of iota is the answer. Then fifth property, additive inverse of x plus iota y is, additive inverse of x plus iota y is minus x minus iota y. I mean additive inverse of z is minus z. So z is equal to x plus iota y now. Then what is the additive inverse of x plus iota y? Minus x minus iota y, minus x minus iota y. Then what is the multiplicative inverse? So multiplicative inverse of z is equal to x plus iota y is 1 upon z, 1 upon z. Suppose z is equal to x plus iota y, x plus iota y. Then what is the 1 by z? So 1 by z now, 1 by z is equal to 1 by x plus iota y, 1 by x plus iota y. So I already told you, always when we are simplifying the complex numbers, we can separate the real parts and imaginary parts, real parts and imaginary parts. So z is equal to x plus iota y. Then I want to find the multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse of z is 1 by z. So 1 by x plus iota y, 1 by x plus iota y. So in 1 by x plus iota y, we can't able to separate the real parts and imaginary parts. So that what we can do now, we can take the conjugate here. So what is the conjugate here? Just we can multiply with x minus iota y and divide with x minus iota y, x minus iota y. Then if we can simplify this, what we can get here now, numerator is x minus iota y as such and denominator which is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. If we can multiply this, we got x square minus iota square y square. What is the value of iota square? Iota square value is minus 1. So we got here finally x minus iota y whole divided by x square plus y square, x square plus y square. So z is equal to x plus iota y is any complex number. Now what is the multiplicative inverse of z? What is the multiplicative inverse of z? Now 1 by z. So 1 by z, now 1 by x plus iota y. So we can take the conjugate, then multiply with x minus iota y and divide with x minus iota y. Then after simplifying, we got x minus iota y divided by x square plus y square, x square plus y square. So here x minus iota y means what? Now conjugate of z. So what is the meaning of the z bar now? Which means conjugate, and denominator x square plus y square is equal to modulus of z whole square. We will discuss more clearly about this conjugate and modulus in the next video. Then let me explain the seventh property, z1 by z2, z1 by z2. z1, so what is the z1 here? x1 plus iota y1, and z2 which is the x2 plus iota y2. So here also we can't able to separate the real parts and imaginary parts. So directly we can't able to separate the real parts and imaginary parts. So that what we can do here, now here also we can take the conjugate. So z1 divided by z2, z1 is the x1 plus iota y1 and z2 is the x2 plus iota y2. z2 is the x2 plus iota y2. So what is the conjugate here? So we can take the conjugate for the denominator here, x2 minus iota y2 whole divided by x2 minus iota y2. So we can multiply both the numerators and denominators. Denominators which is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, a plus b into a minus b. So if we can simplify this, what we can get here now, x1 plus iota y1 into x2 minus iota y2 whole divided by x2 square plus y2 square, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So in the numerator what we can get, x1 into x2 minus x1 into y2 into iota plus x2 into y1 into iota minus iota square y1 into y2. So whole divided by x2 square plus y2 square. So now what is the real part in the numerator? x1, x2, and see the last term here, iota square value minus 1, minus of minus we got plus y1 into y2 whole divided by x2 square plus y2 square. So if we can take iota common, inside the bracket we got x2 y1 minus x1 y2 whole divided by x2 square plus y2 square we can get. So this entire thing is a real part and this is the imaginary part, So this is the real part, x1 x2 plus y1 y2 divided by x2 square plus y2 square, and this entire thing is the imaginary part. Hope the concept of properties of algebraic operations is very clear. Then let me discuss some numericals. See the first question, the value of iota square plus iota power 4 plus iota power 6 plus and so on up to 2n plus 1 terms, Suppose I will take, let me substitute n value as 1 here. N value if we substitute 1 here now, what we get? 3 terms. So 3 terms now, we need to add sum of the first 3 terms, I square plus I power 4 plus I power 6. What is the value of iota square? Minus 1. And what is the value of iota power 4? Iota power 4 we can also write iota square whole square. Iota power 6 we can also write iota square whole power 3. So minus 1 here, minus 1 whole power 2, minus 1 whole power 3. So we got minus 1 plus 1 and minus 1. Iota square value is minus 1 whole power 3 is minus 1. Here minus 1 plus 1 got cancelled, we got finally minus 1. So the first option is correct. So why we can substitute n equal to 1. Not only 1, maybe you can substitute any positive integer. Maybe if we can substitute n value is 5. So n value is 5 now, what we can get here? 2 into 5, 10, 10 plus 1 we can get 11 terms. So which means you need to add the first 11 terms. Or else n equal to, if you substitute 10, 21 terms, sum of the first 21 terms. Or else n value if you substitute maybe 4, so you need to add the sum of the first 4 terms. So we can get the same answer. N value, whatever number, any positive integer you can substitute. N value, if we can substitute any positive integer, we can get the same answer, minus 1. Minus 1. Then see the next question. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 iota by 3 whole power n. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 iota by 3 whole power n. 2 iota by 3 whole power n. See here we can expand this. If we can expand this, what we can get? 2 iota by 3 whole power 0 plus 2 iota by 3 whole power 1, 2 iota by 3 whole power 2 plus and so on up to infinite. What is the value of 2 iota by 3 whole power 0? 1. 1 plus 2 iota by 3 plus 2 iota by 3 whole power 2 plus and so on up to infinite. Students, should be observe this series clearly, which is in the form of geometric progression. So how we can say which is in GP? Ratio between any two consecutive terms is same. In this series, ratio between any two consecutive terms is same. First term is 1 and common ratio R is 2 iota by 3. So how to find the sum of the infinite terms of a GP? Now S infinity is equal to A divided by 1 minus R. 1 minus R. What is A value? 1. R value 2 iota by 3. 2 iota by 3. So after simplifying, we got 3 divided by 3 minus 2 iota. So is it in complex form? Obviously it's not in a complex form. So how we can convert this one into complex form? Just we can take the conjugate. So we can multiply with numerator and denominator, we can multiply with 3 plus 2 iota and 3 plus 2 iota. Then numerator will be we got 9 plus 6 iota and denominator 9 minus 4 iota square. So which is equal to 9 plus 6 iota upon 13. So first option is the correct answer. Hope these problems are very clear. Then let me explain some more questions. See the question. For n belongs to capital N, natural numbers. N is any natural number. 1 plus iota by root 2 whole power 8n plus 1 minus iota by root 2 whole power 8n. 1 plus iota by root 2 whole power 8n plus 1 minus iota by root 2 whole power 8n is equal to dash. So n belongs to capital N, no natural number. So maybe I will take n value as 1. I will substitute n value as 1. So what we can get here now? 1 plus iota by root 2 whole power 8 plus 1 minus iota by root 2 whole power 8. So 1 plus iota whole power 8. First of all, let me simplify. 1 plus iota whole power 8, which is we can write 1 plus iota whole square whole power 4, which is equal to 1 plus iota square plus 2 iota whole power 4. So iota square value minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 got cancelled. We got 2 power 4 now 16 into iota power 4, which value is, what is iota power 4? 1. So we got 16. Similarly, we can find 1 minus iota whole power 2 whole power 4, which is equal to 1 plus iota square minus 2 iota whole power 4, which is also equal to 16. So substitute here 16 divided by root 2 whole power 8. So what is the value of root 2 whole power 8? 16 plus 16 divided by 16. So which is equal to 2. So answer is third option. Third option is the correct answer. Then see one more question. Z is equal to 3 plus 5 iota. Then what is the value of Z cube plus Z plus 198? If Z is equal to 3 plus 5 iota, then what is the value of Z cube plus Z plus 198? So how we can find now? First of all, let me simplify Z cube. So what is the value of z? 3 plus 5 iota whole power 3. So how to find 3 plus 5 iota whole power 3? 3 plus 5 iota whole power 3 by using the identity a plus b whole cube. So what is a plus b whole cube? A cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So I am going to apply this identity here. So if we can apply this identity, what we can get? 27 plus 125 times of iota power 3 plus 3a square b. 3 into 9 into b. B is 5 iota plus 3ab square. 3 into 25 times of iota square we can get. So which is equal to 27 minus 125 times of iota. Then here 27 into 5 plus 135 times of iota plus 225 times of iota square we got minus 225. So which is equal to minus 198 plus 10 times of iota plus 10 times of iota. So what is the value of z power 3? Z power 3 is equal to we got minus 198 plus 10 times of iota. So I am substituting this entire value here. So we need to find the value of z cube plus z plus 198. So z value we already found, minus 198 plus 10 times of iota, and z value is 3 plus 5 iota plus 198. So 198 got cancelled. We got finally 3 plus 15 times of iota we got. So fourth option is the correct answer. Then see one more question. If z is equal to x plus 3 iota divided by 2 plus iota y, which is equal to 1 minus iota, then what is the value of 5x minus 7y whole square? What is the value of 5x minus 7y whole power 2? So how we can solve this one now? X plus iota y, x plus 3 iota, which is equal to 1 minus iota into this denominator. I am transposing that side. We got 2 plus iota y. Then x plus 3 iota is equal to, multiply this. So we got 2 plus iota y minus 2 iota, then minus iota square y. Then x plus 3 iota is equal to, so 2 iota square value is minus 1, minus a minus we got plus y plus 2. If we can take iota common, inside the bracket we got y minus 2. Students, I already told you, when we can equate two complex numbers, always real part is equal to real part and imaginary part is equal to imaginary part, according to the equality principle of complex number. So left side, what is the imaginary part? 3. Right side, what is the imaginary part? Y minus 2. So y is equal to, we got 5. Then left side, what is the real part? X. Right side, what is the real part? 2 plus y. Then x is equal to, we got 7. So x value is 7 and y value is 5. So now we will find the value of 5x minus 7y whole square. 5x na, x value 7, 35 and y value 5. Substitute here, 35 minus 35 whole square, which is equal to, we got 0. So the answer is second option. Students, hope these numericals are very clear. Then let me discuss JEE previous year questions. See here, first question, let z belongs to C. C is the any complex number and imaginary part of the z is equal to 10. Imaginary part of the z is equal to 10. So what is the imaginary part? Suppose I will take, let z is equal to x plus iota y. Y is the imaginary part. So what is the value of y they given in the question? Which is equal to 10. Then, and it satisfies 2z minus n upon 2z plus n, which is equal to 2 iota minus 1 for some natural number here. Then which option is correct? So what they given in the question? 2z minus n upon 2z plus n is equal to 2 iota minus n. So instead of z I will replace with x plus iota y. So we got 2 times of x plus iota y minus n, which is equal to 2 iota minus 1 into 2z plus n. Z I am replacing with x plus iota y. Then this denominator I am transposing to right side. So we got 2x plus 2 iota y plus n. 2x plus 2 iota y plus n. So if we can multiply this, we got 2x plus 2 iota y minus n, which is equal to 2 iota minus 1 into 2 iota minus 1 into we got 2x plus n plus 2 iota y. So left side, what is the real part? 2x minus n plus iota into 2y, which is the imaginary part. So if we can multiply all these terms in the right side now, we got 4 iota x plus 2 iota n plus 4 iota square y, then minus 2x minus n minus 2 iota y. So right side also I will separate the real parts and imaginary parts. So right side, what is the real part? Minus 2x minus n, iota square value is minus 1, minus 4y. And what is the imaginary part? 4x plus 2n minus 2y, So left side 2x minus n plus 2y into iota or else iota 2y. So according to the equality principle of complex numbers, we can equate the real part to real part and imaginary part to imaginary part. So left side, what is the real part? 2x minus n. Right side, what is the real part? Minus 2x minus n minus 4y. So minus n got cancelled. So we got minus 4y. 4x is equal to, we got minus 4y. So 4 got cancelled. We got x is equal to minus y. So y value is 10. The given in the question, imaginary part of the z is equal to 10. So y value 10. Substitute here. We got x is equal to minus 10. X is equal to minus 10. So x is equal to minus 10 having in the two options A and C. So we can eliminate the B and D. So answer may be either first option or else second option. So how we can find the value of n? Now we can equate imaginary part. Left side, what is the imaginary part? 2y. And right side, what is the imaginary part? 4x plus 2n minus 2y. Y value is 10. So substitute here, or else minus 2y transpose this side, we got 4y. Y value 10 substitute, now we got 40. Which is equal to x value minus 10. So minus 40 plus 2n, then 2n is equal to 80, then n is equal to 40. So we got n value is 40 and x value is minus 10. So x means what here? Real part of the z. Real part of the z is equal to minus 10. So which option is correct? Third option is the correct answer. Hope this is very clear. Then let me discuss some more numericals. See the question, minus 2 minus 1 by 3 times of iota whole power 3 is equal to x plus iota y divided by 27, where x and y are real numbers. Then what is the value of y minus x? Y minus x. See here, I will take minus common. Then after taking LCM here, we got 6 plus iota whole power 3. 6 plus iota whole power 3 divided by 27. 3 cube na 27. Right side, x plus iota y divided by 27. 27 got cancelled. Here we can apply a plus b whole cube property. So minus 6 power 3, a plus b whole cube, a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So a cube now we got 6 cube now 216 plus I cube now minus iota plus 3a square b, 3 into 6 square into iota plus 3ab square, 3 into 6 into iota square. Right side x plus iota y as such. So we can simplify here. 216 and iota square value is minus 1. So we got minus 18. Then here minus iota 36 into 3 108. 108 times of iota, which is equal to, we got x plus iota y. Then which is, we can also write minus, 216 minus 18, 198 plus 107 times of iota, which is equal to x plus iota y. So what is the value of x? Minus. So what is the value of x here? X is equal to minus 198 and y value is minus 107. So I want to find the value of y minus x. Y minus x. Y value is minus 107 and x value is minus 198. Substitute here plus 198. If we can subtract this two, we got 91. So first option is the correct answer. First option is the correct answer. Then let me discuss one more question. Suppose a is equal to theta belongs to minus 90 to 180, minus pi by 2 to pi. Then 3 plus 2 iota sin theta divided by 1 minus 2 iota sin theta is purely imaginary. Then the sum of the elements in A is dash. Sum of the elements in A is dash. So what is the given complex number? 3 plus 2 iota sin theta divided by 1 minus 2 iota sin theta. 1 minus 2 iota sin theta. Students, what is the real part and the imaginary part here? So we can't able to separate real and imaginary directly here. So for that, what we can do here? So we can take the conjugate. So 1 minus 2 iota sin theta. So we just multiply with 1 plus 2 iota sin theta upon 1 plus 2 iota sin theta. So what we can get in the numerator here now? 3 plus 6 iota sin theta plus 2 iota sin theta plus 4 iota square sin square theta, all divided by 1 minus 4 iota square sin square theta. 1 minus 4 iota square sin square theta. So numerator, what is the real part? 3 minus 4 sin square theta, 3 minus 4 sin square theta plus 8 iota sin theta. So denominator 1 plus 4 sin square theta, here also 1 plus 4 sin square theta, 1 plus 4 sin square theta. So what is the real part here? Real part is 3 minus 4 sin square theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta, and imaginary part is iota into 8 sin theta divided by 1 plus 4 sin square theta. In the question what they given? This complex number is purely imaginary. Purely imaginary. So purely imaginary means what? Real part will be equal to 0. The entire complex number is purely imaginary. Na? Real part of the complex number is equal to 0. What is the real part here? 3 minus 4 sin square theta upon 1 plus 4 sin square theta. This is the real part. This is the real part which is equal to 0. So if we can equate this one to 0 now, we got 3 minus 4 sin square theta equal to 0. From this we got sin theta is equal to plus or minus root 3 by 2. Sin theta is equal to plus or minus root 3 by 2. So sin theta is equal to either plus root 3 by 2 or else minus root 3 by 2. So for what values of theta, we can get root 3 by 2 or negative root 3 by 2 in the right side. First pi by 3, sin pi by 3, root 3 by 2 and minus pi by 3, minus root 3 by 2 and then 2 pi by 3, sin 120 degree. Sin 120 degree is equal to minus root 3 by 2. So in the question they given interval clearly minus 90 to 180 only, minus 90 to 180 only. So theta is equal to pi by 3, minus pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. All these three values are lies in this interval minus 90 to 180. So they are asking in the question sum of the elements in this set. In the set we can have these three elements. So sum is equal to what we can get now? Pi by 3 minus pi by 3 plus 2 pi by 3. So if we can add this, these two terms got cancelled, we got 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 na fourth option is the correct answer. Students, hope these numericals are very clear. In next video we will discuss about the what is a conjugate and modulus, all those concepts and numericals and all we will discuss in next video. Thank you.